Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
It's Just Ask GiGi with GiGi Stetler and Tom Alexander. Now here's GiGi and Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Just Ask GiGi. I'm Tom Alexander, and there she is, the star of the show, GiGi Stetler. Hey, GiGi, how you doing?
I'm grand. How are you?
Doing well. I know it's been really busy there at the marketplace, if you will.
Yes, the marketplace has been popping, and service is popping. That's always busy, but busier than usual this week.
Yeah, real busy week. And not only with all the things going on the sales side and rental side and repair side and all that, but also I've been seeing you guys pop up in these amazing little mashups, I guess, of old TV shows.
Our friends, TikTok.
Friends, Full House, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah,
you guys are having fun over there.
You need to come back.
I'm gonna drop in on one of those. I gotta come over there and do that. Jump in. So tell us a little bit about what went on this week. And I know we shot a little bit of video, and what's happening?
Yeah, it was just interesting that like all in the first day or Friday and Monday of this week. I have actually there's a couple still on the waiting list to come in, but 2 floor jobs, and one job was or floor situations, I should say. So one is a customer we sold a few years ago, about a 2018 Forest River, and he came to me maybe over a year ago, about a year to a year and a half ago, and said that he's feeling some soft spots in his floor. And I said, immediately, I said, bring it to me, like bring it in right away.
Yeah.
And he's living it, of course. And he's like, oh, I can't. And as I said, bring it here. You have a truck to tow it, and I'll give you a free rental, but you need to bring it here so I can, see what's going on. Now, even after he had brought that to my attention, it was still technically out of factory warranty. Yeah. But, when there are situations like that, and as long as they stay up on their maintenance, a lot of that is a covered incident on insurance. So anyway, fast forward, he didn't bring it to me until a few months ago. He came in and he's like in tears. He's like, my floor got worse and this and that, and now it's really bad. It's into the bedroom and here and there, and I'm about to fall through it. Please help me. But he says, I thought I could do it myself, but it's way more than I can handle. And I called my insurance company, and they came out and they denied my claim. Why did you should have brought it to me so that I can evaluate it before you call the insurance company, because insurance companies, their job is to deny a claim. So if you don't give them the source of the water or something, they're going to turn it down, because they don't, not every water intrusion is covered.
Right.
So anyway, so the insurance turned him down. I finally, I said, all right, bring it here. I gave him a rental. I opened it up, and you'll see it. I mean, actually, what we filmed yesterday or the day before, what we filmed, we had already cleaned up a bit of it and already had the slide room kind of buttoned back down, but I had to go under the slide. So anyway, but point being that had he brought it to me a year and a half ago, it would have never gotten this far.
Yeah.
It's just, we know how to fix them, and that's technically a $14,000-$15,000 insurance job.
Yeah.
He's
when you see those kinds of things, you're gonna have to nip them in the bud a little bit and act quickly. Let's take a look at the video and see what's going on.
Yes. Hi. Well, this has been quite the interesting week for rotten floors. All would have been preventable. So I'm going to take you for a tour and show you what not to let happen. Come on in, AB. Careful where you walk. We've got it kind of torn apart already. So this is close to one of the worst things I've seen. And this customer bought this unit from me 2 years ago. And he came to me a year ago and said that his floor was squishy. And I said, get it to me. Get it to me right now. Where's the water coming from? He thinks it was coming from maybe the ice maker or the water heater. And he let it go. A whole year goes by. Now we're going on 1.5 years. And now he comes in and he's like, I'm going to fall through the floor. And his insurance declined coverage, rightfully so, because he could have, it started like this. And now if you see, I mean, he's clearly went right through the floor of the joist. There's nothing left but the underbelly. So I'm having to basically prop up this slide room, and we're going to rebuild the structure and stick new wood underneath there. This is all coming out, went under the wall into the kitchen. So we're going to go into the kitchen area where we pull the refrigerator. And so we had to put this piece of wood here just because there were literally no studs to stand on, nothing. So, and it's kind of a big guy that owns this camper. So we were able to get this piece of wood on to get some support. After I rebuild all of this, these 1x2s are going to come out. We're going to replace that, put some support beams across this way. It literally goes all the way. So we're going to get to where the last piece of black wood stops, and hopefully not have to go underneath this couch. But like I said, there was no excuse for this. Two things. One, it could have been a total loss had it been covered under insurance, or they would have fixed it correctly. This is a $18,000-$19,000 job doing this. This is a big job, and I'm helping this customer out because his insurance declined coverage, and he's a customer of ours. But I want to strangle him because it shouldn't have happened. So now we're going to move on to another one. Same story this week. So AB, let's take a walk. So this one, that was actually here on consignment for sale. And I told him when he brought it in, there's something wrong with your floor. I can't, I can't represent this. I can't sell it like this. So if you look here, maybe, look. So, and then you see all these little this black stuff here. Well, that's mold growing out from underneath the vinyl. So when you see something like that, and even if, and it's soft all the way through here, but he didn't realize it was bad. He said, all I saw was a couple of ripples, but the floor was solid. So if you look here, these are sign tales of there's issues, because if you can see the ripples in the vinyl, but it's solid. So he didn't think anything was wrong because he saw ripples. He just thought it was moisture, and he didn't do anything about it. So fortunately for this guy, I got the insurance to cover it because it was some type of a flood. He overflowed the toilet because he didn't even know what he did. But using my expertise, one thing I do is I follow the water. So, and that's one of the advantages of being an RV Advisor member or being a GPS customer. If you don't live here and you videotape something like this, if you put me on FaceTime and I look, I can find the water or find a problem. I mean, my nose is actually the professional, but even the water lines. So I looked, and I was looking around here, and I was like, I don't see any water in the bathroom. So, and the toilet area is solid, and he said he overflowed his toilet. He hooked his, by mistake, he hooked the hose to his black sanitizer and didn't pull the handle, and he flooded the place. So where I found it, and it's very soft over there. So when I got out of the camper and I looked down, well, first there's this trim here, which is a sign of more than an inch of water on the floor. Then there's some more trim damage on that side. There's trim damage over here. So when I was with the adjuster today, he was actually denying coverage. He says, there's no water on the door. So how could it have happened in the bathroom and overflowed the toilet to do this kind of damage? He has no caulking on his roof. He has no caulking anywhere. It's a lack of maintenance. So when I told him to come down the stairs, maybe come down the stairs so you can get this shot. So I had the adjuster, which was literally turning down the claim. So I said, look under there. So if you look under there, because I'm telling him the water went under the door because the door is lifted. So of course the door is not going to be wet, you know, or damaged. But if you look really hard and you look under the door, you will see water damage on the trim on the inside of the door. So he said, oh, okay, that's all I needed. Okay, I'll cover it. Just like that. So it's extremely important to have someone that's very knowledgeable of how the shop presents the claim to the insurance company, or you will lose, because their job is to obviously save the insurance company money and not approve anything. So you've got to know what you're doing, and you got to make sure that you take it somewhere that that they know what they're doing, or your claim is going to be denied. And had I been with that other one, if he had brought it to me a year before and it was in my possession and I had the insurance company come, and if that was an ice maker leak or a water heater leak, I would have got it covered. But the fact, because he let it go for a year and a half, it didn't get covered. And when the adjuster came, he came to his house without me being there. I might have been able to put up some kind of argument, but he did it without me. So anyway, so that's that. But on the good news, at least we're 2 for 1. So this floor is going to get replaced, and then hopefully it'll be sold to another happy family.
The rights of the RV enthusiast are important. That's why the RV Advisor has built a nationwide network of RV owners, empowering you with advice you can trust. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We're back on Just Ask Gigi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and it is question time, Gigi. Got a couple of questions for you. First one's from Janice. And Janice writes, any suggestions on good roadworthy tires for a small camper? Okay.
Well, depending on the weight of the camper, number one, the weight will tell you what tires, what tires load range you should have, whether B, C, D, E, F. That's very important. So, and I would, if you're towing a heavy trailer, anything over 9,000 pounds, I would say try to stay away from Chinese manufactured tires. And all of them, Michelin's, Bridgestone, they all have Carlisle's, they all have actually Chinese brand, and they have USA made tires. Chinese brands are cheaper, but they don't last as long, and they are not very good for the heat. But not, the size has to be the manufacturer suggested size. But it all has to do with the load range. So take the weight of the trailer, and then when you search for tires, it'll tell you for that weight of a trailer, you need a load range E, or you need an H, or you need an F. It'll tell you that, and stick with that. And most of the time from the factory, they don't put the correct load range tires. They put borderline. So you should, go up one level from what's on there from the factory.
Gotcha. All right, very good. And thank you, Janice, for that question. The next one's from Bill. And this is more, I think, philosophical in nature to some degree. I'm recently widowed and am downsizing. I used to be a weekender, but am considering full timing. Any thoughts in general?
I guess being a nomad, temporary nomad or permanent nomad, it's a great thing. I would, if you've been in a bigger RV, before, and now you want to downsize to a smaller RV, try something new, I highly suggest to rent a couple of different sizes, a couple of, you have to make a decision if you want to tow or you want to drive. If you're going to stay put for a longer period of time, I highly recommend towing, so that you still have your tow vehicle. Yeah, so you'll have a, tow vehicle, you'll have a vehicle to run around and leave your house, to stay put. So those are things that that I would definitely, steer in the lines of towing something. But if, you want to try that out, don't get the tow vehicle yet until you pick out the camper so that you match the tow vehicle with the weight of the camper. But perhaps do some rentals, temporary, just, just to try out a couple of different models before you jump in.
Right.
Dive in.
Right. Very good. All right. Well, Bill, thank you for that question. Janice, thank you again for your question. If you want to contact, ask Gigi a question, and contact us here at Just Ask Gigi. Very simple. info@thervadvisor.com. That's info@thervadvisor.com. In the subject line, just put Just Ask Gigi or JAG, and there you go. We'll do our very best to get your question answered right here on the show. We're going to wrap things up on the other side of this break in just a moment. Stay tuned, everybody. The RVACA is a charitable organization protecting the rights of RV owners. With your help, we'll work with dealers and manufacturers to ensure quality controls in place prior to delivery of an RV. Additionally, the RVACA provides assistance to disaster relief victims. Visit rvaca.org. Wrapping things up now on Just Ask Gigi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and hey, you know what? Do you like seafood? I do.
Yay.
Tell us about what's happening on, what is it, the 25th?
Yes, next Wednesday, our first of many events. We have a seafood festival, crabs, lobster.
Is that the 26th? That's the 26th, because Wednesday's the 26th, right?
Yeah, the 26th. Okay. And yeah, so we're having, anyway, a nice little festival with some food, and it'll be fun. And like I said, one of many. And then that weekend, we're having a car show and an RV show. So anybody in town, especially if you've gone to the Tampa show, hang out a little bit longer and cruise down here, because we'll be having, I said, a car show on Saturday. We have Supercar Saturday and Classic Car Sunday, and an RV show all weekend. So fun.
Wow, boy, that's an awful lot going on, as there always will be at the marketplace, Planet RV, and the marketplace, and RV Advisor. It's all under one gigantic umbrella. It's all there. It's a city in itself, folks. And another note, our good friend of the show, Mike, the Big Tasty Sweeney himself, will be at the Tampa RV show, and he's going to check in with us from the show.
Oh, awesome.
And he's a former colleague of mine when we were at CBS together. And so I'll tell you something, he's a go-getter. He'll get out there and bring in some good stories for us. So he'll have some things to share. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So we're going to set that up, and Mike will join us as well. Anyway, that's it for another show. Thanks for watching, and always great to see you, Gigi. And we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
So long, everybody.